All right, what is going on, guys? It is Wednesday night. We had a big stream on Sunday. A lot of you guys tuned in. I appreciate you guys for coming in. It shows that a lot of you do want to get better and be able to learn and be able to continue to progress in the, I guess, future of yourself and be able to just move it along and fucking make some money. That's the only way to go about it. All right. Before I get started, as usual or per usual, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Um, I'm at 49 subs. I've gained about 27 subscribers since I started streaming. One more away from 50. I will be so happy. Please subscribe. Please watch my videos. I upload all my long form content on my YouTube channel. I also update shorts every single day. 3 shorts a day are added. If in the case that you guys can't watch the entire video or the entire stream of what I posted. But specifically, I actually posted the stock market stream. So if you guys missed that, please go watch it and feel free to ask me any questions, comment, like, subscribe, throw me in the algorithm. But subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing too crazy. If you don't want to watch me, that's fine. Please subscribe. It's free. I mean, you can mute me if you want. It doesn't matter. All right. So today is just going to be an average stream where I just discuss, what I'm doing, and hopefully you guys can bring in your perspective on what you're doing. But again, it is Wednesday night. What have you done since Monday, right? It's been Monday, Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday. The day has passed. Wednesday is going to be over soon. What have you done in these last 3 days to continue to build yourself into becoming a better person through the achievements of your goals? So if you started off the week bad, I mean, and that includes not going to the gym, not taking a step forward towards your goals, not improving yourself in the financial way, the mental way. But if you have not done anything and you're just quite, to be candid, you're being lazy, then you're wasting your time. You wasted 3 days that you will never ever get back in your life. Just think about that for a second. You wasted 3 days that you will never get back in your life ever again. Okay. Now, if you just wanted a break, that's cool. But for those of you that can't afford to take a break and you have the opportunity to work and to create something or to continue towards your goals, then you wasted 3 days that you could have used to your advantage. So that is a very, very important perspective that I want you guys to think about, because these 3 days will never come back to you ever again. So what you can do now is focus on continuing to work and, I guess, not waste any more time. I mean, don't waste any time. It's actually insane to me that people would want to waste time. It's crazy. Like, you're on this earth for so long, and most of the time you get held back by a lot of stuff. I mean, when you're in your 30s, you have family and kids, and then when you're in your teens, you have to go to school, so there's not much you can do, and you don't have a full-time job. So in your between your like mid 20s to early 30s, you have like an opportunistic window, like the most opportune window to get out there and fucking work, and you're not doing that. That's insane to me. That's crazy, and I think that's the wrong way to live. If you're content with your life, no problem. Stop listening to me. But if you're not content with your life and you're not doing anything about it, that's actually insane to me. I want you guys to become better. I want you guys to be strong. I want you guys to change not only your life, but change the life of the people around you, change the life of the future lineage that is coming from you, and change the evolutionary perspective of your ancestors. See, like me personally, it is Wednesday night. So Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, I went to the gym. I went to the gym and I continued to read about the stock market. See, right now I'm in a phase where I can't do much, essentially, because a lot of the money that I have is just on me to wait. And now that I'm waiting, obviously there's not much to do, but I am getting into prospective conversations about creating my first startup on my own, and then also joining another startup from an individual that I met who lives here in the U.S. So definitely, there's always something on the way with my life, and I actually, you know what? This is crazy now that I think about it. So I've actually had a moment where I forgot how I found out this information, but this information I found, and it was about always having something to look forward to, and that's really the way to look at things. And I think I was like 15 when I heard that. It was a long time ago, and essentially ever since then I've always done something that I have something to look forward to. So like there's never I haven't had a day in a long time where I'm just like chilling and not knowing what's going to happen. There's always something that I look forward to, and there are things that I look forward to in the next 2 months, 3 months. There's things that I look forward to in the next year, and there's things that I look forward to in the next 3 to 4 years, right? I have long-term plans, medium term plans, and then short term plans, right? My medium plans right now is really just trying to get a bigger a bigger safety net for me to buy my first property next year. So I want to be able to buy my first property, and if things go well, in the next few months, then I want to buy my first two properties next year. Right, those are my medium term goals. My long term goals is to be able to get ready to be able to move to London. I want to live in Europe. I want to live in London, and I'm doing everything I can right now to prepare for that. And what I mean is, I'm not just preparing with my job, right? My main job, I want to get promoted before I move to London, and then I want to be able to set my businesses up right by the time I get to London, and I want to be able to have not only just a good grounded foundation, but I want to have an entire infrastructure set up for me. So when I go to London, I already have other things that I can have room to do other things in Europe, while the companies that I have here are slowly functioning on their own. That's the main goal. That's the best way you want to go about your. I mean, me personally, it's the best way I want to go about my business. I'm just continuing to work, and I really like recommend you guys to get on a cycle where you're always expecting something. And by the way, I don't mean expect something in the way of, okay, I just started this business. I expect $100,000 in 6 months. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is you have expectations, or you have goals that you want to achieve, and you always want to continue to work for them, so you know what's happening and you know what's going to come next once you do achieve your goals. I say this all the time. Besides the fact that there is no tomorrow, I always say, from the bright side of things, from the bright side of work, right? Because the grind and the hustle is always shown as like a negative, and it's very hard, and you have to just like dial down and continue. But the bright side of being an individual that wants to create, or not even create, you can innovate, you can join something, but the fact that you're working on yourself and working towards a goal, on the bright side of this is that success is guaranteed no matter what. I have never seen somebody work so hard and not be able to get to where he wants. I mean, it's almost impossible. Now, don't be a 5'4", you know basketball player thinking you're going to get into the NBA. I mean, you might, and if you do, that's great. But if we're gonna be realistic, I like please be realistic with what you want to do. And there's so many things out there that you can do, and if you can find what you're good at and what you have a passion for, and if you work really hard towards it, you're gonna become successful no matter what. Success is guaranteed. If you put in the time and if you put in the effort, the world will throw the energy back and give you what you want. That's just how things work. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there is luck involved, but the fact of the matter is, opportunities will come all the time. And I've said this before in my streams, and I'm going to continue to say it again. Success is guaranteed. Once you get the luck, right, or the opportunity that comes your way, the hard work behind you being able to seize that moment is going to show in itself. Because there's a difference between you getting the opportunity to fight Mike Tyson, um, because you're right, like you might get lucky, but if you're not prepared for it, nothing's gonna happen for you because you're gonna lose the boxing match to Mike Tyson. Now, if you're consistently working hard every day, boxing, training, at some point, maybe it's not gonna be Mike Tyson, but there's gonna be another big name boxer that says, "Oh, I want to fight this guy," right? And you can seize that opportunity from the hard work that you've been earning this entire time. So don't give up. Continue to work and stop being a little bitch. That's I don't even know how else to say it. There's no corner cutting with this. Like, yes, money can help you a little bit, but that's not gonna do much. Like if I gave someone $100,000 and I tell them, here, make more money out of this, they're not gonna know what to do. Like if somebody truly does not want to work and someone is truly lazy, you can give them $1 million, they're not gonna do anything. For those of you that think, oh, this guy got lucky because he had 50K from his parents, this guy got lucky because he won the lottery and got $125,000 from the jackpot, whatever it is. I need you guys to understand, just because you have money does not mean you can double it. It's not easy to double your money. It's not easy to make money out of current money. It's not easy at all, right? Someone can take that $100,000 and spend it on the dumbest stuff, right? Like the liabilities, where they go to the club, they pop some bottles, they buy diamond chains, right? Diamonds are a complete scam. Don't even get me started on that. Um, or you can find somebody that leaves $100,000 for a month, right? Every day for 3 hours does research on the stock market, and then puts in various amounts of money in various amounts of investments, or in various amounts of assets. And guess what? That money's going to continue to grow, but he had to put in the work to be able to put that money in the right places. Again, it's not easy. There's no corner cutting with this. You're going to have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. You're going to have to go through a lot of adversities. And guess what? Success will come. You put in the work. You have the work with you. The luck will bring the opportunity. You seize that moment. And guess what? You took a step further. I think forgot who it was, but like Warren Buffett said, your first 100,000 is gonna be your hardest money that you make. Making $100,000 is much harder than making $1 million. So I made my first $100,000 when I was 19 years old because I was selling sneakers. I made my first $100,000, and I tell you, when I look back at it, like there was a lot of work that I had to do. There was a lot of just straight, I don't give a fuck mentality. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. I'm only focused on business. You have to remember, I was 19. Not only was I going to school full time, I was working a regular job at a bank, and I also was doing full time sneakers. On top of that, I was managing a cook group, or a chat that taught people how to buy sneakers, where to buy sneakers, and where to sell them. So there was a lot I was doing, and I was so focused in that. The fact that when I look back, I was like, wait, I just made $100,000. That's crazy. But I started, like, I had to slow down and think about it. I'm like, holy shit, I had to go through so much stuff. There was times when I would have to drive from work to school for my accounting class, and I had to sleep in my car because I was so tired. I was so tired that I parked at school and slept inside my car for 30 minutes. I got in a power nap, and then I went to school, and I tried my best to focus. I focused. I got an A, and I fucking left. And like the days just started over again, and like that was a lot of work. And guess what? That's not like, I did so much, and that's not even comparable to the amount of work of an actual startup. I mean, there's just so much shit. Like, you guys think you work hard, right? until you meet someone that's actually working hard. Like I thought I worked hard. Everyone around me told me, "Damn, Ozzy, you work so hard. You got all this, you got all that. You're like, you have like no time. The fact that you're like always busy." I'm like, dude, trust me when I tell you, you think I have no time until you meet people that have no time. I mean, there are people that have no time to text. Like you get a response from them by a thumbs up emoji. That's crazy. I think Ryan Serhant also made a video about this on his YouTube channel. He was discussing the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire, and I think like when he said when he was like selling his properties to a millionaire, they would find the time to chat, they would text more, stuff like that. But when he sold to a billionaire, it was literally like I think he said he sent them like two, three different options, and he would like thumbs up on the one that he likes, and that's it. Like no comment after that. Like he just said, "Okay, cool, I'm gonna get this ready." Like these people have no time, and yes, like the life of someone that is trying to excel and move up in this world is very boring. I was actually talking to someone at the gym, and he was like telling me like, how do you find the time to do all this? Like you're doing so much. And I said, bro, like you cannot be happy and be the best at the same time. Those are incongruent ideas, right? This is not a Disney fairy tale where you're working and you think you're Jordan Belfort, just like drink some orange juice, come downstairs out of your fucking $15 million house, and you sit in your limo, and then you drive off to like your office, and you're just like chilling in your office, like bumping the chest and stuff like that. Like, nah, this is not a movie, right? You cannot be happy and be the best at the same time. There's so much shit to do, and it never ends. It never ends. By the way, I hope you guys know that getting to the goal of where you want to, like the achievement that you want to get to of your goal, that's the easy part, right? Or let me say it better this way. So let's say the UFC, for example, right? Or anything in sports, right? The UFC, anything where you win, a championship, the NFL, whatever it is. When you're fighting for a championship, winning the championship is the easy part. The hard part is continuing to stay on the top. So, like, people, so the reason why I say being happy and being the best is incongruent, meaning that you can't have both at the same time. It's because of the fact that once you become the best, that was the easy part. Now it's about you staying the best. And that's where the hardest part of your work comes in. You know why? It's because of the fact that you have it's because of the fact that you have a fucking bullseye on your back, and there are hungry people just waiting to get after you, waiting, right? While you're just like, okay, I made it, I made a lot of money, I made a lot of this, that extra drive, right? Kind of like in the Dark Knight when he said, make the climb without the rope, and then fear will find you again. That extra factor where it makes the difference between one punch, it slowly goes away, it slowly fades away. That's why it's so hard. You can't be happy and be the best. You quite literally, once you become a champion, you have to work really hard. You have to work like 3 or 4 times harder while you're at the top, pretending to be on the bottom, and you just get so unhappy. You get so unhappy. There's actually a video of Jay Cutler. He's a famous bodybuilder, and if you watch his videos on YouTube, there's a video that it's called actually, let me look it up right now. Came out, okay, so It's a day in the life of Jay Cutler, four-time Mr. Olympia bodybuilder, right? Living large. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm not gonna play it. But if you guys watch that video, it's very interesting to see how Jay Cutler functions. And you'll see in the comments where it's like this guy sounds so unhappy because he's like talking, just like eating, like, yeah, I'm just doing this. I need to eat this much, and I have to do that, and then that's all there is. I have to train, and I have to do this, right? And then he's just like on his phone taking a business call, stuff like that, and like you'll just see that he just sounds so unhappy. But again, he was one of the best bodybuilders ever for a reason. It's because not only did he get to the top, but he also stayed at the top. And to be able to do that, you have to sacrifice your happiness. Your happiness cannot go together with you being the best. That's why I named this stream, Are You Determined? Are you determined to get your shit together? Are you determined to buy the house that you said you were going to buy? Are you determined to get that job that you're looking to get? Are you determined to um, continue to progress in whatever it is that you want to do? That's the most important question. And if you have to question yourself on that, like, okay, am I determined? Something is wrong, because you have to, with no hesitation, say, fuck yeah, I'm determined. I'm going to get to that fucking place wherever I need to get to. Okay? When I was looking for a job, I shit you guys not, I was in my room 6 hours a day practicing for my interviews. I recorded myself talking for 6 hours a day, pretending to answer questions. When I was driving to work, I was pretending to answer questions. When I was driving home, I was pretending to answer questions. I kid you not, that was probably like one of the most unhappiest times in my life, but it's also one of my most memorable times, because I'll never forget that moment. Like those 6 to 8 months when I was looking for a job post graduation, right? I was making very bad money at the current job that I had because I was working there while I was in school. It wasn't a real job. I wanted a real job on Wall Street. And I worked so hard, and I kept my head down. I couldn't see my friends. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't hang out. I couldn't go see my parents. I said, fuck this. I cannot do anything until I get this fucking job. And that, it's examples like that where it showed me what hard work really is. You put your head down and you don't look up until you get to that finishing point. And then you start analyzing what's next. But again, I want you guys to be determined. I want you guys to be determined no matter what. You cannot falter. A lot, like, there are people that need motivation every day. There's people that need motivation every other day, and there's people that are disciplined. Motivation is just an emotion. It's quite literally impossible to be motivated 24/7. You have to be disciplined. Discipline is quite literally you doing something now that benefits you in the future, right? It's a buy now, pay later type of stuff, except you pay now and buy later with discipline. You have to be determined. Do not falter your goals because you want to do something that will not benefit you, right? You want to go to the club on Friday instead of reading about something, or researching something new, or learning how to learn a new skill. You're fucking up right there. What is that night gonna do for you if you do go out, right? Let's say you go out with your friends on Friday night. That Friday night is wasted. Wasted, right? Because you're only going to get the satisfaction in that moment. And then after you come back home, it's done. Whereas if you research a skill set or continue to improve upon a skill set that you were working on, that is going to pay dividends in the future. It's all a return on investment. And, I get it. You might be watching this and thinking, no, Ozzy, that's kind of dumb. It's Friday night. We worked so hard, doing the 8 to 5 on the weekdays, and sometimes you just want to come back home and rest, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I have nothing against 9 to 5s. I have nothing against corporate jobs. They if you have a job and you're truly content with where you're at, no problem. But this is for the people that want to become better but are too lazy and too dumb to start doing anything about it. You will never ever get out of your shackles unless you do extra work. It's never going to happen. You will not, and I'm telling you right now, your your 9 to 5, your 5 to 9 is much more important than your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is a way for you to stay consistent with your life. Your 5 to 9 is the difference maker between moving up 10 levels or staying in the same level. That's the only way to go about it. And that's why I told you guys before, there is no cutting corners and there is no tomorrow. Liam Payne is dead, guys. He's dead. You understand? Nothing changed, right? The economy is still functioning. The opportunities are still being grabbed by others. There is, basically life is continuing to move. And if you're gonna sit there and watch where and deep down in your head that you don't want to do that, you need to find the confidence and move forward. Motivation is only gonna help you so long. It's not gonna do much. It is not going to do much. Motivation should be used like it's like it should only be used in those days where you just don't want to do anything. And that emotion is going to uplift you, and that helps you stay consistent on that one day that you really really want to miss, but you're not going to, right? The discipline is what pushes you over like the hill. Motivation is what helps you get started. That's all it is. Like I can't explain this any clearer. Like people are so lazy. People are so lazy and it really pisses me off. Like I have grown up in environments where I've seen people just become so stupid. So much potential, so dumb. I've seen guys that I've watched play football and I thought they could get into the NFL, but no, they decided to party and they fucked up their lives. Like people are so lazy. And again, maybe this is my fault, but the way I look at the world is that it's like a toolbox. And you're supposed to use it to benefit yourself and help yourself grow and become better. But people just like don't want to work. And I'm not talking about hey, like, what do you mean I don't want to work? I have a job, I do this. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, and I'm pretty sure like people can agree with me on this. But when I went to high school, I've seen so many people that just say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and at the same time, I was doing the same thing. I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna work on Wall Street, I'm gonna graduate from this college, I'm gonna do this, and I saw myself as time went on doing what I said I was gonna do, but a majority of people from high school were not doing that. It's like what's going on, man? And then I'll ask them like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, why? I thought you said you wanted to do this." I'll see them like 2, 3 years later. I'll say, "What do you? I thought you wanted to do this. What happened?" They're like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about it, but then this happened, and then this happened. I got to figure some things out." And they just this like I got to figure some things out is like such a dumb thing to say. Like I don't like when people say that. Like, what do you mean you have to figure some things out? If you really knew what you wanted to do, you would know like, okay, I have to move this out of the way, I have to quickly get this done so that I can get started here. If you really wanted to, you would do it. And there's just so many people that are so lazy that don't want to do anything, and it really angers me because I don't like seeing people live with the regret, right? They live with this boulder on their shoulders, right? They're carrying this like, oh, like I'm just doing this because I'm just doing this for now. I'm just doing this for now. This won't last forever. And then like 15 years passes by and they're still doing the same thing. I just don't understand, and I don't want to understand. My job or like my goal here on this podcast or stream is to help that one person in 10,000 watching me say, okay, Ozzy's right. Like, I have to just get up and work. Change will not happen unless I take that first step. Okay? If there's one person that I can help out of 10,000 people, that is a job well done because I'm able to light a fire in you, and then from your discipline, you keep that fire lit up no matter what every single day. I like guys. I remember in elementary school, right? I was like in second grade, and this kid in my class was just being very dumb, right? Like he was just like not paying attention, trying to be funny. And I remember my teacher, I'm not going to say her name, but I remember my teacher, and she said, "You're going to be in the third grade in a few months. And believe me, when you get there, like, you have to be, you have to be able to know this, and that, which you don't yet." So I was like, okay. So I get to the third grade. And then there's people that don't know the curriculum and they're just like also being dumb, right? Because I was told that the third grade was supposed to be this rigorous grade, like it's gonna be rigorous and there's a lot of work to do and you have to know all this information. And I see that nobody knew this information. And then the same thing happened in the third grade. My teacher would say, in the fourth grade they won't allow this because the fourth grade is so much harder, right? I get to the fourth grade, I'm doing what the expectation was, and there are so many people that don't know what to do. And basically what I'm trying to say is as I grew up, I started I was being told, you know like for example in high school, when you grow up you have to be able to know how to balance a checkbook, right? All adults know how to do this. When you grow up you have to be able to do this. You have to know what a checking account is, you have to know what a savings account is, you have to know what interest rates are, right? And I'm like, oh damn, like I have to like really learn this. I have to fuck like I don't know what's going on. Like I'm missing out on life. I'm sure other people know this, right? I get my first job at a bank, right? I was a teller, and there's grown adults that don't know what an interest rate is. There's grown adults that don't know what a credit card is. I had people coming to me and asking me why they're being charged $30 on their credit card. And I said, because you have a revolving balance and it's not free for us to pay for your stuff without you paying us back. And this person could not, like, he went ballistic. He's like, no way, this doesn't make any sense. You're charging me money for using your own money, blah blah. I'm like, yes, that's what a credit card is. It's a line of credit, it's a loan. When you use a credit card and you don't pay off the balance, there is an interest charged on it. It's a premium for our services. And the point I'm trying to make is, guys, as I grew up, I just started realizing like people don't want to learn or don't care to learn, or they're just like really really dumb. And I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think people are dumb. I think people are just really really lazy, and just seeing the amount of grown adults not know basics of things, it really angers me, right? Because it just goes to show that common sense is not so common. One time I had a kid. He was like 19 years old at the time. A few years ago, I'm pretty sure. I think he's like 22, 23. I don't know. He was like 19 at the time, and he came in, and he's like, "I need this cash right away." And I was like, "Why don't you just deposit it? Like if you're not gonna use it." And he said, "My parents told me that the bank takes my money." I was like, "What the fuck does that even mean? Just how does what does that mean? Tell me. What do you mean we take your money, right?" And then he's like, "Yeah, so for example, if I put in $100, you're gonna take 25." I said, "For what? What are we gonna take the $25 for?" And he didn't know what to say. He's like, "I don't know. That's what my parents said." And I'm like, "Okay, so your parents told you that the bank randomly takes money for no reason. Like, yeah, we just see an account and we're gonna take this money because we're a bank. He said, yep. So I said, brother, give me 5 minutes. Let me explain to you how this works. I explained to him the whole financial system in 5 minutes. I made it very, very obvious, very simple, very clear. And I made it very nice for him to understand. This guy ended up putting all his money, brought back more money, right? And then like 3 days later, he came back and he opened a credit card. Like the amount of misinformation, or if it's the fact that nobody trusts anything, and maybe it's just the older generations that lived in those times when there was a lot of scamming going on. But again, I grew up thinking that the world is much more sensible, where they knew what was happening, but in reality most people don't know what is happening. And again, I don't know if it's because they don't want to know, or if they're lazy, or if they're just dumb. I don't believe people are dumb. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think people are just super super lazy. They don't want to find anything out for themselves. It's always like spoon feed me, spoon feed me, spoon feed me. But that's never going to do anything. You get spoon fed once, you're not gonna know what to do next. You're just gonna come back and say spoon feed me again. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, basically, I just wanted to tell you guys, please become better and continue to become strong. Continue to learn new things. Continue to follow your goals and get into those achievements, right? Be determined. Continue to work hard. Continue to excel. You have no reason, and I say no reason, to sit back and do nothing. Especially in America, it is impossible to just sit here and do nothing. You have to work. Now, if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, then you better get on it. Now, if you're fine with working, or if you're fine with doing whatever you want to do and you're truly happy, no problem. All the power to you. Get what you need done. But if you're not happy and you want more, motherfucker, you better start working. There is no excuse. I'm working every single day. Granted, I talked about this before. I need to slow down and look at my achievements as achievements and not a to-do list, so I can be more grateful and not feel like I'm in a little clouded prison. But the main point is, like, I got here and I'm even more motivated than before I got here, right? Whereas there's people that don't have anything and they're not motivated. But I'm just like, dude, get your shit together. There's so many people that were in my DMs before. I made it very clear now, so people don't ask me anymore. But when I first started like making money and people started seeing that, I've had a lot of DMs of just people saying, "Hey, can you put me on? Can you do this? I need this. I need that." Right? Like, first of all, don't ever get into my DMs talking to me. I need that. What the fuck are you demanding? You need me to teach you how to do this? What does that even mean? I haven't spoken to you in 6 years and you're telling me I need this? Put me on? Put you on to what? I don't understand. I can give you the blueprint on how to do something, but does that mean you're going to be able to work for it? Are you going to continue to work for it? Are you going to consistently get up and work towards what I'm doing? Or are you just trying to get insider information and just literally copy every single thing I do? Because that's not how it works. I'm not putting you onto shit. And I made it very clear to people when they asked me. I was like, bro, you never talked to me in high school. You never even acknowledged me. I saw you, around the area while I was going to college. I said hi to you. You didn't even want to acknowledge me. And now you're talking to me about, like, hey, can you get this for me? Hey, can you help me do this? Hey, I see you doing this. Can you put me on? Fuck you. Kiss my ass, bro. And this is funny because when you act like this, right? When you act like a fucking leech and you get called out on acting like a leech, these idiots try to victimize themselves. Oh, bro, you changed. Oh, like, well, damn, bro. Like, damn, chill out, bro. It wasn't even like that. How was it then? You're asking me to put you on. You fucking shitted on me for the last few years. How else am I supposed to take that? You can call it toxic. You can call it fucked up, but it is what it is. I took your shit. I, went about my way, and I did this. I did that. I did this. Why the fuck would I help you? It's just stuff like that really angers me about people. They just want handouts. Fuck your handouts, man. Go work. Do you even know what you want to do? Oh, I want to run a business. What business? Oh, anything that makes money. You can pick up poop on the street and that can make money. You could you could I don't know, clean driveways, that can make money. I don't understand. What do you mean make anything that makes money? Everything makes money. You can make money selling pencils. You can make money selling shirts. Shit, you can make money selling iPhones. Right? You can make money selling sneakers. You can make money knowing how to work Excel. You can make money understanding the deal process of a mergers and acquisition. What are you talking about making money? Like, and they get stuck with this, like, oh wait, I just wanted to, and what they're really saying is, hey, can I do what you're doing? And then I'm gonna, like, once I learn how to do this better than you, I'm gonna leave. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And there's been a lot of people from my high school and hometown that hit me up and asked me for this, asked me for that, and I said, fuck you. I made it very clear. You did not acknowledge me. You did not want anything to do with me. I tried to be friends with you, and you fucked it all up because you had an ego. And now I have my own ego. So fuck you. If you do something on your own, congratulations. More power to you. But I don't want to be around you. I'm good. And these leeches get, absolutely insane. And here's the crazy part about this. I really hate when people ask something as a joke, but you won't know it's a joke until after you say no, right? So it's like, hey man, like I see you doing this, bro. Like, what's up, man? Put me on, put me on. And I say, what do you mean? And then they'll like say, and then say, oh, like, teach me how to do this, teach me how to do that. And I'll be like, no, what the fuck, right? And then they hear that, and it's like, oh, I can't make myself look bad. Oh, it was a joke, bro. Chill. It was just a joke. Was it a joke? Was it a joke? I don't think so, buddy. Fuck off. I don't want to hear it. So this is particularly why I'm very specific on who I talk to and who I don't talk to, and I keep a lot of people at a distance. Yes, so first of all, I'm an introvert. I don't really like to be in very crowded places. And yes, you can make the argument like, hey, it's always good to talk to people. It's always good to make friends. I get it, but at the end of the day, I'm older now, and if I don't find you interesting, I just can't talk to you. Like, I really think it's a waste of time for me to talk to you if I don't find you interesting. If I don't like you as a person, if I don't agree with what you do, if I don't agree with how you live, I get very, very angry. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Some people just don't care, right? Like, there's people that are super friendly with everyone. They can make a chat history about everything, man, no matter what it is. You can be Elon Musk or you can be some regular Joe on the street. They'll have a chat about everything because they have that personality. Me, I just can't. I look at everything based on time. What am I doing here right now? Am I wasting time? I don't find this guy interesting. I don't find I don't find this person's lifestyle agreeable with mine. There's nothing to talk about. So I'm just gonna get angry. So I might as well just leave. Like that's the thing about me. Like, I only want specific people around me. And the people that I want around me are determined. They understand me because I have a very hard personality, as do others. And they're able to understand, we have like a unified language where we can understand each other. If I make a joke and someone's sensitive about it, I'm not gonna want to talk to them again. And vice versa. It's like if they make a joke about something that I find sensitive, I don't want to be friends with them. I mean, it's basic stuff like that. So, yeah, guys, I just want you guys to continue to excel and continue to move up and continue to go forward. Don't listen to the haters. Fuck all of them. Tell them to kiss your ass. You fucking move in there, grind it through your teeth. Bite your fucking goals like a lion, man. Like a lion, you're attacking a zebra and you're biting it down and you're holding it and you're never letting go. Fucking get there and you get so happy. You get happy, you celebrate, you say, fuck this, now I want to go to level 3, then I want to go to level 4, level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you just continue to climb and continue to work. Do not falter at all. You only have one chance at this thing called life, and you're going to die in the next 80 to 100 years. Unless they create some youth serum, which is unlikely in our lifetime, by the way. Unlikely. Do not falter. Continue to work. All right. It is Wednesday night. If you guys didn't start the week off strong, you better finish that fucking week off strong. I don't give a fuck. You have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And also, for most of you, Saturday and Sunday are days off. That means you have even more time to do whatever it is you need to do. So you don't even have the excuse of work anymore. You gotta go out? Fuck that. You better cancel that bitch. Cancel that event. You gotta work. And if you don't want to work and you're happy with where you are, cool. Stay where you are. But if you're not happy, you better start fixing something. It's up to you to take that first step. All right? Finish the week strong, guys. I'll see you on Sunday.